Now that the dust has settled around iOS 13, I thought it would be a good idea to highlight some of my favorite lesser known features that this year's update brought. So here are 9 of my favorite iOS 13 features. First is the ability to type while moving the cursor. In iOS 13, you can tap and hold on the cursor to move it around your text. What's cool about this is that the keyboard is still active, so you can place it where you need to insert something and tap on the key and it'll insert it. It's nice to move around and quickly fix errors. Second is a new long press menu. Now that Apple has moved away from 3D Touch, they had to figure out a way to incorporate the menu for when you would force press on an app. So how they did that is with a tap and hold. So if you tap and hold on an app, it'll bring up this new long press menu. What's cool about Apple looking at this again is that they had some ways to improve it, so they added new options. You can see there's an edit home screen option and a delete app option. So this works really well, especially for rearranging your apps and deleting apps like I mentioned. But if you really want to be a pro app rearranger, then this next tip is for you. You can tap and hold and quickly drag to initiate the wiggly app mode. So this is just a little faster way to get into that mode where you can rearrange your home screen. Fourth is silence unknown callers. If you get a lot of spam calls, this is definitely something you'll want to look into. If you go into settings and then into phone, there's an option that says silence unknown callers. So this will just give you a notification that you had a missed call if you get a call from a number that's not in your contacts. The nice thing is that if you did call a number that's not in your contacts, say for an appointment or something, the phone will recognize that and still ring for those calls. iOS 13 also brought a new volume level indicator, something that has been asked for years. The old one always blocked the content on the screen, and it was super frustrating if you were watching a video. Now the indicator shows up in this little bar up on the side of the screen. What's also nice is that you can use your finger to make fine adjustments, as the increments with the buttons are a little bigger than sometimes you may want. Sixth is scan directly into files. Sometimes I like to scan receipts for big purchases so I don't have to remember to save the actual receipt somewhere and remember where it is if I need it. Now you can directly scan documents into the Files app. Previously, this feature was only available in Notes, which isn't the best. So all you have to do is tap and hold on a blank space somewhere in the Files app, and a menu will pop up allowing you to choose Scan Documents. Then it will open the camera and you can position the document in the view and scan it using the button on the screen. Apple had demoed new gestures for iOS 13 for cut, copy, and paste. But the other one that I want to focus on for the 7th tip is the 3-finger tap that brings up a cut, copy, paste, redo, and undo menu. The gestures that they showed off are kind of difficult to get used to, and I find it easier just to remember the one gesture. So all you have to do is tap on the screen with 3 fingers, and a menu will pop up at the top, bringing you undo, cut, copy, paste, and redo. And then you just tap on what you want to do, and it does it. It's pretty nice. Another new feature is the ability to drag a scroll bar. Think about the times on your computer when you're scrolling through a long web page with the scroll wheel on the mouse. Sometimes it's just easier to grab the scroll bar on the side to move. Now you can do that on iOS. You just have to start scrolling with your finger, and the scroll bar becomes active, so if you press and hold on it, you can just drag up and down. You'll notice that it's activated because the scroll bar will get a little thicker. The last feature I've been excited about is quick path typing or swipe typing. This has been available on third-party keyboards and on Android for quite some time, but on iOS with third-party keyboards, it never worked as well as the built-in keyboard. So Apple finally added it to the built-in keyboard, which is really nice for typing one-handed. It can be easier and quicker to type this way. The only thing is with this, I have found that it can be a little weird with certain words. Like I cannot get it to type unscented no matter what I do. So it does need some work, and I'm sure Apple will improve it over time. So those are the 9 features I've been most excited about in iOS 13. If there's one that I didn't go over that you've been using, please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.